So this podcast is about making choices. And this episode is 100% about the fact that the choice is yours every day, whether or not you want to leave a positive or negative imprint on the world around you. And what is going to be required to leave a positive imprint on the world around you? There's going to be some choices. What is required to leave a negative impact on the world around you is the absence of choices, which in itself is a choice, but it's more so leaving that negative imprint. And so you maybe think, what negative imprint? I'm talking about being hateful, angry, pessimistic, down. I'm not saying we don't all get angry, or pessimistic, or down, but projecting that into the world, onto the people around you, to your spouse, to your kids, to your team members, your employees if you have them, people that you lead. You have a choice. You have a choice not to imprint that negativity in the world. And a lot of people do. And what happens with negativity is negativity gets a lot of short-term attention. And the people, the negativity in and of itself, it garners a lot of engagement. And not just online, I mean in person too. You see somebody being negative or yelling at the supermarket at the cash register, you start paying attention. You overhear someone saying, "Thank you so much, have a nice day, you stop listening." We often are so easy and quick to tune out the positive impact we may hear or see. And we're so fast to start paying attention to what's negative because negativity is entertaining. Negativity stirs negativity. And we all deal with it. We all deal with the lingering negativities and fears and doubts. And oftentimes we can become susceptible to picking up on other people's negative behavior and then use it to justify becoming negative ourselves. And so often those justified negative moments are actually just projections of how we feel about ourselves. And so from an empathy perspective, I want to say, like, when dealing with somebody who's being angry, negative, hateful, resentful, just overall unforgiving, unloving, unwilling to listen, unwilling to participate, you got to have empathy for this person because you have no idea what they're going through. And 100%, it's not about you. It's not about you. There's something that they're dealing with internally that they need to work on, heal from. And maybe something you did or said, or maybe you sparked a trigger or awakened a trauma or something I'm not saying that any of us are perfect. Like, we hurt people's feelings. Like, I hurt people's feelings. I make decisions that people don't like, that negatively impact them. We're not perfect as humans, but when somebody is spewing negativity or hate or just downright anger, you have an opportunity to be a positive force for change and imprint on their life and everybody's life around you. And I'll give you an example, man. Like, I have somebody who's been trying to hate on me a lot recently, and I prayed for that person. And I've continued to pray for that person. And I will continue to do that. I learned this 10 years ago, and I've been doing it for 10 years. When I got clean, when I got off heroin, and I stopped smoking crack, and I became sober because I was going to die, my first mentor in recovery taught me, if you want to let go of a negative feeling, call them resentments. We work on resentments a lot in recovery. If you want to let go of a resentment, you pray for this person every day until the resentment lifts. And I'm telling you, it's taken all of these 10 and a half years to get into a place where my spirit is comfortable doing that for people that are angering me or upsetting me or scaring me. As in the beginning, it was so hard. It was so hard to pray for people so in that way, and so hard to hope genuinely in my heart that good things could come to somebody who wished bad things on me. And today, that's not the case. Today, after years of practice and understanding and empathy for the fact that people in that place need prayer and love and help and a hand, they don't need hate and negativity in return. Even if they want it, it's just because that's all they're comfortable with. And I learned that 10 and a half years ago, to pray for those people that have that are putting that out into the world. Pray for good things to happen to them, to happen for them, their families, their loved ones. Pray for healing for those people. And that practice has changed my life. And that's one of the ways that I get to put a positive imprint on the world around me, is that there's nothing that you could do outside of like directly harming one of my like family members. Like, I'm sure I have boundaries and limits, but like there's nothing that really you could do that would stop me from putting a positive imprint on the world. And that includes praying for those that are negative.